Our next question today comes from Mr. E.H., who asks, can you explain the difference between inquiry with an I and enquiry with an E? Well, I think this is a really great question, and there are actually 2 points to make in giving an answer. Let me put those words up so everybody can see them, because we're talking about spellings. It's often easier to be able to visualize those words. So we're looking at the words enquiry with an I and enquiry with an E. And they sound quite similar to each other. And you may wonder, do they mean the same things? Do they mean different things? And to make things even more complicated, there is actually a difference between different kinds of English involved in answering this question properly. So there are 2 key points here. The first point is that there is a difference between these words in British English. In British English, the word enquiry with an E means question, while inquiry with an I means an official investigation. Now, I've thought of a way to help remember that difference in British English. Here's the first part of that way. So enquiry with an E means a question. So notice that the word question has an E in it, and enquiry begins with an E. By contrast, again, we're talking about British English here. In British English, inquiry with an I means an investigation. So notice that both investigation and inquiry begin with IN. So that's the first point. But the second point is this. In American English, for reasons of history and historical context, there is only one standard spelling, and that is this one. Inquiry with an I. So in the context of North America, in the context if you are writing, for instance, for a publication or for any context in North America, always use IN, always use inquiry, and you'll never go wrong. However, if you are writing in a context in which British English is the English that is being spoken or written or understood, then keep in mind this subtle but important distinction between inquiry with an I and enquiry with an E. I hope that answers your question, Mr. E.H. Please feel free to follow up if you have any additional questions or new questions. It's always a pleasure to hear from you and to explore what you help us to explore together.